This is Fumizuki Academy. They have a system for separating their students. When the students give their year-end placements examinations, the best students will be put in Class A, the lesser students will be put in Class B, and then Class C, and so on, until we reach the lowest class, Class F, so basically preparing them for real life's class division. Mizuki is one of the smartest students in the entire school. However, on the day of the important placement examinations, she gets sick and has to leave, resulting in her getting a 0. Akihisa, our main guy, is an idiot. A baka. He is so bad at studies that the disciplinary supervisor personally comes and tells him that he'll be put in Class F. What an honor. On the way to his crummy classroom, he sees Class A and all their new technology and facilities. His own Class F looks like the admins forgot that this class existed. Even their teacher looks like he just wants to die. He couldn't give two craps about anything, and when his table breaks, his solution is a thick white liquid called superglue. This whole class is full of degenerates. This is why everyone is shocked when Mizuki, the fallen angel, falls into this hell. Mizuki is a top student, but she was sick during her exams. She's still sickly even now. And since their classroom looks more like a garbage dump than an actual classroom, Akihisa asks his class representative, Yuji, to do something about it. So, Yuji proposes the exam summoning battle, or ESB. They can challenge a higher class, and if they win, they get to exchange facilities and classrooms. Everyone is eager to try the ESB. He sends Akihisa as the ambassador to Class E to declare war on them, but Class E beats him up. Don't kill the messenger, guys! Soon after, the exam summoning battle, ESB, begins between Class E and F. And let me tell you guys right now, this stuff is weird. Here's how it goes. The kids summon a being that has the same powers as their grades in the most recent exams, and these beings fight each other in a turn-based combat style. They keep attacking each other with their powers, or grades, until they completely defeat the opponent. Since the supervisor of this battle will be their maths teacher, they will be fighting with their latest math scores. Class F has a very powerful fighter, Mizuki, but her latest exam scores were 0 because of her sickness. So, while the two classes engage in battle, she sits down for her supplementary exams. Meanwhile, Class E manages to defeat all the students of Class F. If they defeat Yuji, the class representative, then their victory will be complete. But Yuji is really calm, the universal anime sign that omae wa mu shindeiru. Just as the representative of Class E, Hiromi, is about to finish him off, Mizuki enters the classroom and summons her being. Mizuki, being a top student, gets super high marks on her supplementary, and her summoning is super powerful. She beats Class E so easily. This is what happens when you do all the side quests before the main storyline. However, Yuji does not want to exchange classrooms. Just then, the ambassador of Class A, Yuko, enters their class. Yuko is the twin sister of a boy from their own Class F, Hideyoshi. Yuko is here to declare war on their class. Yuji smiles, all according to plan. The students reprimand Yuji for not taking Class E's facilities, but Yuji does not care. His eyes are on Class A. They go to Class A, where Yuji challenges a one-on-one battle between the representatives. Yuko gets offended, but Class A's representative, Soko, steps forward and accepts the challenge on one condition. The loser does whatever the winner commands. On top of that, it'll be 5 versus 5. Yuji accepts. The boys of Class F are sitting with another member of Class F, a girl named Minami. Minami loves Akihisa, but he always teases her for being so boyish. Suddenly, Minami's friend from Class D, Shimizu, enters the scene. Shimizu is a lesbian, and she's in love with Minami. Later, Akihisa catches Mizuki writing a love letter. He thinks that it's for Yuji. He gets jealous, but he wishes her the best of luck and leaves. Soon, the day of their battle with Class A arrives. Minami goes first, representing maths. Her power level is 182, which is B-class level. But her opponent, Yuko, has a power level of 376, and she easily defeats Minami. For the second round, Akihisa goes, and he promptly loses. Obviously. For the third round, Kota represents Class F for the subject health. He likes health because he's a big appreciator of the female anatomy. The Class A student has a power level of over 400 for health, but Kota's power level is over 500. He brings the first victory for Class F. For the fourth round, Mizuki enters. Their subject is comprehensive learning, and her opponent's power level is nearly 4,000. She also summons her being with a power level of 4,400. She defeats her opponent while monologuing about how he cares about her friends and stuff. And finally, the last round between the two representatives. Yuji chooses Japanese history, but not an ESB battle. It'll be a test battle with full marks of 100. Soko is the #1 student in their batch, so she accepts. They begin their test for Japanese history. A question about the Taika reforms appears. Yuji believes that Soko has memorized the wrong date for this question, implying that he and Soko know each other from the past. In the end, Soko gets only 97 out of 100. Class F starts celebrating, but Yuji only gets 53. Class F has to replace their tables with chalkboard boxes. As per their promise, Yuji has to obey what Soko asks him to do. Soko asks him out on a date. She says that she's always loved him and drags him away. On top of that, turns out Mizuki did not actually like Yuji. She liked Akihisa and invites him out on a movie date. But Minami also tries to take him away on a date. It's a sandwich for him. Akihisa struggles to save his money from the two girls who want this snack in that movie. Yuji also arrives in chains, led by Soko. The next day before school, Akihisa runs into the second topper student from Class A, Kubo. Kubo is really studious and is not interested in dating girls. He's interested in dating boys, and he falls in love with Akihisa. My man Akihisa getting all the girls and one guy. Inside the school, he sees Mizuki holding the love letter that she's written for him. But once again, Akihisa wrongly assumes that it's for Yuji. Akihisa wants to try another round of ESB, but Yuji says that they are only allowed to declare one war every 3 months. On top of that, Mizuki and Minami ask Akihisa out on another date. Akihisa lives alone, so he has a limited budget. He might have to start selling his kidneys soon. They go on a date. Yuji also comes, led by Soko in chains as always. The girl really wants him. Mizuki and Minami try to feed Akihisa. He is really happy as he doesn't have the money to buy his own food. But Minami's super fangirl, Shimizu, enters the scene and spills the food. Then Shimizu chases after him while they all run away. On the way, Akihisa falls on Kubo right between his legs. Kubo starts loving him even more, and he's probably hard as well. They run into Hideyoshi. You know, the Class F with a twin sister in Class A? He gives Akihisa a girl's uniform as a disguise, but it does not work. They have the idea of fighting Shimizu using their summons, but for that, they have to go back to school. They meet a Japanese language teacher to supervise a trial battle, meaning they can only use their Japanese language scores. Shimizu is outnumbered, but she has a plan. She directly goes for Minami and defeats her. Then Mizuki defeats Shimizu. Since the students who lose a battle are put in detention, Shimizu and Minami are taken together. One day when Akihisa gets a love letter, finally Mizuki sent it to him. Except no, it's from Kubo, haha. But Kubo didn't put his own name, so Akihisa does not know who sent it. Akihisa is running so low on cash, he might reach down to my level soon. So Minami offers him her lunch. When he teases her masculinity, she beats the crap out of him. Just then, Minami's 5th grade sister, Hazuki, comes to class. She seems to know everyone and even declares her love for Akihisa and how she will marry him. This is quite concerning, to be honest. Later, Mizuki takes Akihisa to a secret spot to eat lunch together. When she leaves for water, Yuji, Kota, and Hideyoshi come and eat her lunch. But they all faint the moment the food enters their mouths. Mizuki arrives just then. She reveals that she never tastes her own food. Clearly, she does not know how lethal her cooking is. But Akihisa eats it for love, and he almost ends up dying for love. Meanwhile, Minami is waiting for Akihisa with her lunch. But he keeps getting pulled by Hazuki and then by Kubo, so she eats lunch alone. Just as she's about to throw the remaining food, Akihisa comes and asks to eat it. She happily gives it to him. Seeing her adoration, even Akihisa blushes a little bit. On the way to school, Akihisa finds Hazuki looking for a bracelet that she lost. They see it on the road, but just then the vehicles start moving. He tries using his being, but a giant vehicle destroys the bracelet. One day, their school organizes a treasure hunting competition. The prize will be free food for a year, free video game coupons, and limited edition bracelets similar to the one that Hazuki lost. Akihisa gets excited, but it all goes away when he realizes that they need to solve test questions to find the treasure. Akihisa is grouped with Yuji and Hideyoshi, and they start solving. Akihisa has a secret solution up his sleeve: chance. He uses handmade dice to find the answers, and the coordinates end up in the sky. Of course, he was wrong. Just then, Soko's team from Class A find a coupon for free desserts for a year. Yuji manages to solve a problem, and they find a coupon in the gym. Akihisa cannot believe that Yuji actually solved something. Their coupon turns out to be a couple's ticket to the amusement park along with a mock wedding event. Yuji starts crapping himself, worried that Soko might find out about this ticket. They manage to narrow the possible locations to several places, so they separate to look for it. They go through many places without finding any coupons. They get tired, but they find the last one, the bracelets right where they were sitting at. But just then, Soko and Yuko's team arrive. They challenge the boys for the coupon as they reached it at the same time. The Class A girls are super strong for them, but just then, the time ends, meaning that the boys get to keep the ticket for the bracelets. Akihisa is happy, and he gives it to Hazuki. But they also find some secret items in the box. They are strange iron bracelets, and they allow the user to create a room to summon their beings without the permission of a teacher. But suddenly, Yuji and Hideyoshi's bracelets explode for some reason. Only Akihisa's remains. One day, Yuji and Akihisa break into a swimming pool, but they are caught. As punishment, they have to clean the swimming pool that weekend. But the man also allows them to use the swimming pool if they clean it. They invite their entire class for a summer swim. Akihisa teases Minami as always, this time about her flat breasts. Were all of us boys this bad when we were teenagers? Soko enters in her swimsuit, and even Yuji blushes a little. When Mizuki comes, Akihisa and Kota absolutely lose their ish. Meanwhile, Soko keeps attacking Yuji to prevent him from staring at the other girls. And this relationship is still not as toxic as Light and Misa from Death Note. Just then, Shimizu also comes and jumps straight into Minami's arms. Like Janice is to Chandler, Shimizu is to Minami. After they are done, they go for a bath. Nothing really happens here concerning the story, just the guys having fun. One day, Soko comes to Yuji's apartment with the tickets to the amusement park that he, along with Akihisa and Hideyoshi, won. Yuji is angry at Akihisa and Hideyoshi as they are the only people who could have given that coupon to her. Apparently, the guys of Class F are annoyed at Yuji for ignoring Soko and not being man enough to accept her feelings. So, they've done this. Later, the two of them go to the park. There, they're greeted by Akihisa and Hideyoshi working as park employees. Yuji prepares to beat the crap out of them, but they pretend like they don't know him at all. Mizuki and Minami are also there as mascots. Yuji and Soko go to lunch together. The guys of Class F lock the place and start preparing them for a mock wedding. Yuji is terrified of marriage, like any man should be. But Soko is really looking forward to it. That's it for part 1. 2,000 likes and I'll know you guys want part 2. Thanks for watching.